Hey, this is Dean Graziosi. Welcome to the Weekly Wisdom. It's a pleasure to have you here. If you're new to this site, I have to welcome you. You're a part of the DG family. Browse around, meet the other incredible people here, all with a quest to make tomorrow better than yesterday, and so many of them doing it. Look at all the posts below of people changing their lives through real estate right now during the shift in the real estate market. Again, if you're new, browse around, make sure we have your name and email address, register for this site. It's important because then you can post and be a part of it. If you don't have my New York Times bestselling book, Totally Fulfilled, grab it. You can get it up here for free. Also, if you want to check out the Insider Elite, amazing opportunity, you can watch that video up over here. And old Weekly Wisdoms, which were called Dean's Video Blog, down over here, you could click and watch. I've been doing these for years. Okay, today we're talking and continuing to talk about an unfair advantage. Last week I didn't mention it that much, but what I delivered last week was just one of many things that I call an unfair advantage. In today's market, as we're shifting, things change. Several years back, finding deals was easy. But now if you're in an emerging market in California and Vegas and Nevada and Florida or anywhere in the country, as you start to move, finding deals sometimes isn't so easy. But creating deals is, when you have an unfair advantage, when you find deals in ways that other people don't know how to find. That's what you come to this site for. That's why you're a part of our education. And I thought these weeks, last week and the next several weeks, I thought it was really important for me to remind you of some of those. Because here's what I looked back on. I'm buying 30 to 50 real estate deals every single month, doing the same and using the same exact strategies that we teach you in our advanced education, our boots on the ground, our live events, being in part of the Success Academy, or any of the products or services that you get through me. We're teaching you these unfair advantages that I use every single day to be a successful real estate investor, and I've been fine-tuning these skills for a lot of years. But when I look back at the deals I'm buying, about 90% of every deal I create that fits into my criteria is done by one of four things: either using Craigslist, bandit signs, 25 to 1, or other wholesalers. Yes, maybe 10% of the deals that come in are miscellaneous stuff, but those four things, Craigslist, bandit signs, 25 to 1, and other wholesalers, is how I get most of my deals. Now, with all the education you've received, or reading my books, or looking back through old conference calls that you could see, I don't know, down on the bottom, this side, I think, actually down over there, you can see, listen to old conference calls. Those strategies are taught over and over, and they evolve, they get better, they change. We're evolving them, and we change them in our education nonstop. But what I wanted to do is kind of pull the curtain aside for everybody this week and give you short little snapshots of each of those four unfair advantages that I just mentioned quick. Again, if you're in our education or advanced education, you're getting immersed in a much deeper explanation. But I wanted to remind you, I wanted to share it with you, and I want you to use them. If you're not making offers, you're not making money. So this is the week and the next several weeks ahead to take these unfair advantages, get them into play, start making offers, and start making money, or take your level of making money to the next level. So again, I have my top student and good friend, Matt Larson, explaining how to use other wholesalers to help you find deals in your area that other people don't know exist. Go ahead and take a watch.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to go through the wholesaling formula with you. Now, the wholesaling formula, the formula that you use in order to put a house under contract that you're going to wholesale, is completely different than the formula you would use if you were going to buy, fix, and then resell a retail property. Pay close attention to this. This is a very simple formula, but it requires a different way of thinking. So, you know, take notes and then follow this formula exactly as I'm laying it out. Okay, so first of all, to figure out how much this formula is out there, so that you know how much to charge and you know a good deal when you get it under contract. So first of all, in this example, we're going to use a property that's got a retail value, an after repaired value, which is the same as retail value, of $100,000. Okay, and the way you find this value is by running comps. I do a video on running comps. You can refer back to that if you need to get a refresher on how to do that. So you run comps and you come up with the ARV. Now you run comps also to find the REO, which REO is another way of saying a bank-owned property, a foreclosure. So just like you can run comps to find what the retail value of a property is, you can also run comps to find out what the foreclosures are selling for. This describes the top of the market. This describes the bottom of the market, okay? The foreclosures develop and create the bottom of the market. Now, I'm just using these numbers as an example, but let's say you're in an area where foreclosures in your specific neighborhood are selling for $80,000 and the retail properties are selling for $100,000. Your profit is the difference. Your profit is the difference between what the REOs are selling for and your accepted offer. For example, in this example, you were making a lot of offers. You got a house accepted for $60,000. Now, the REOs are selling for $80,000. So what you're going to do to create your profit, I always like to come in a little bit under what the REOs are selling for. So for this example, if I had this under contract for $60,000, I would mark this up, let's say $17,000, and try to sell this property right below the REOs for $77,000. This will show you how to set your profit. Now, if you get greedy and you try to make a lot of money here, let's say you mark it up $27,000, and now this is $87,000. Well, nobody's going to buy this property from you. You've overpriced it. Why would anybody buy a property from you for $87,000 when they can just go down the street and find a foreclosure that's selling for $80,000? Okay, and this should really open up your mind to what's possible. Another thing, it does not matter where you live in the country. It doesn't matter if this could be $500,000 if you're living in Southern California. And the REOs could be selling for $480,000 or $450,000, whatever that spread is. It doesn't matter what it is. Once you find the bottom of the market, you just need to go below that. So it doesn't matter where you're at in the shift or where you're at in the cycle of the market. All you have to do is find the bottom of the market, buy a little bit below that, mark it up, and you get the spread in between. So I always hear people from New York City or Southern California or some of the higher price areas say, you know, real estate doesn't work in my area because houses prices are too high. It absolutely does not matter. All you have to do is find the bottom of the market, go a little bit below that, make your offer, and then create your spread to make your profit. Now, it also doesn't matter about how much work the house needs to a certain extent. It's you know, a lot of people say, hey, you know, I've got this house under contract and the numbers don't work. After you figure in the rehab cost, people are buying houses for more than what they're worth after you put in the rehab. It's, you know, let's say, for example, you know, in this case, people are buying houses for $80,000. The retail value is $100,000, but in this, the REOs, the average REO, let's say, is $20,000 in rehab. Well, then it's priced at $100,000. There's no room for profit. What I'm getting at is it doesn't matter. You got to remember that some people buy houses based on emotion and where the market is going, not to where it's at. So you've got to clear your mind of that clutter and focus on what the market's doing. And if the market's buying foreclosures at 80 and you get your profit below that, that's going to be your spread. Anyway, you may have to watch this video twice. I know it's a simple formula, but it's definitely a different way of thinking. So take notes, watch it again, and we'll catch you next time.